next to me. This is a biggie. You've got to love a trans-Tasman clash.
There's nothing like the trans-Tasman rivalry of New Zealand and Australia. All around the world, you can still feel how much it means. I will never ever forget what it feels like to play Australia. It's something special. Australia meet you with your rivalry levels, and the things that happen on the field, Ricky, they stay on the field.
AJ Jacobs, our referee, and yes, I love it. So, great opportunity for some of the new faces and either team to play each other for the first time. Didn't meet in Hong Kong last week, these sides. Dietrich Roach for Australia to get us underway, Pool A against New Zealand. Both teams with a win in their opener, and that is a great pluck from Dylan Collier. As are the hands, Carter, offload, sticking for New Zealand. Morlea's got Rokole Soa. He's not going to need him. New Zealand from the kickoff, 13 seconds in, try scored.
Oh, it's the combination of the two co-captains for me. Congratulations, Yoni Morlea. 50th tournament, and what a way to start this game. Collier, you absolute courageous superhero, up in the air. And in the end, it's none other than Morlea who finishes that off. Carter in there to help as well. That's some kind of spectacular start from the All Black Sevens.
Sione Morlea in his 50th, and again, probably, and like Dylan Collier, two guys who maybe not get the recognition within this team. Great servants, and combining for a beauty there. Kick away, but it's New Zealand 5 points to 0. What a start.
Yeah, they've both just put their heads down, gone to work for this black jersey for many, many years. So it's really cool to see them get recognised for it.
That kick going to go 10 metres, and it's Amanaki Nicole who bangs it down. And oh, look at Moses Leo, the strength he shows. Nicole stayed in support. New Zealand really made a good start to this match. Australia asked to defend early, but their defence was resolute against South Africa in their opening match. It needs to be just so here. Darby Lancaster trying to get in and steal this for New Zealand. Great work from the 19-year-old Darby Lancaster to win it back for Australia.
Yeah, that was huge. There's nothing worse than when a team regains it off you on the left and then they pop over to the right, and New Zealand got it back as well. It was Amanaki Nicole, so they really needed to stop the onslaught of New Zealand. Well done, Lancaster. Lancaster giving it to Longbottom to get some much-needed territory and just get out of that pressure zone. See here, Collier, huge strength. But Lancaster does amazing to get... Oh, look at that, his hands are all over it, mitts all over the ball. Amazing steal.
Throw for Maurice Longbottom. Away it comes off the hands of the skipper in that line-out. Nick Malou starting this match. Patterson on the wraparound. Henry Patterson, absolute threat with ball in hand every time. Turner clears quickly. And now Australia through Longbottom inside their own 22. Maloof just tipped up as it's Tim Clements wrapped around the ankles as well by that man Morlea, who scored the opening try. So Australia banging away downfield. Rokole Soa sweeping back to tidy up for New Zealand, and this is where he can be very dangerous. Aquila Rokole Soa. Good defence on him though. Collier there in support, and now lofted over the top again for Morlea, who just clings on as well. More possession early for New Zealand, who struck in the opening 15 seconds. Now Regan Ware trying to bust his way through, just clinging on. Again, is Lancaster doing some hearty work in defence. Darby Lancaster space now for New Zealand though, as Nicole throws a wild ball that's tidied up by Collier for Leroy Carter. Morlea flicking it on again now. Rokole Soa, hole opening up, steps out of one, wrapped up by Longbottom. Offloaders there for Collier. Appeal for a knock on, but they've got a 2-on-1 here. Leo stepping his way back in field and up the middle. Black jerseys pouring forward. Australia having to scramble. Too many numbers, keeping the ball alive, and it's Sione Morlea for a second.
Morlea, say no more. I'm no scientist, but the chemistry going on in this All Black Sevens team is something to behold. Leo had a 2-on-1 out here, which meant the defenders had to press across, meaning he could reach out for the step. But it's going through the All Black Sevens' hands so quickly. It's so difficult for Australia to get a hold of it and slow it down. And the hero Molia ends up getting a 5-pointer, and then Rugby makes it a 7.
The chemistry, I mean, you mentioned that, Ruby, is remarkable when you consider Newstubb, Spencer, Solo, Dixon, Curry, Mickelson, Nashu, McGarvey, Black, all sitting at home injured. Joe Webber out at the moment, taking his time to full immersion Surreo Māori courses. So they've got some changes within the squad week after week, and still connecting well, New Zealand. It's gone through the hands of Longbottom. New Zealand will also know, though, that Australia has hit back on them a couple of times and stolen matches with play like that. The flick ball out the back from Henry Patterson into the arms of Nathan Lawson, and Australia strike. What a try for Nathan Lawson.
That was something special. Australia reply in some sort of fashion. The men are at work in the stands because the men are at work on the field. We have a look here. Massive run, and the flick out the back from Patterson is what caught Collier out. We know how good All Black Sevens are at defending, but that flick just set Lawson off to create some laws of his own over that try line.
Wow, they've had no ball, Australia, and then with one big striker right back into this match. Wonderful try. Nathan Lawson, 12 points to 7. Oh, Collier got very close to that sideline. Just to keep the big size 12 just in somehow. Nicole goes into heavy contact. Leo goes flying over the top as well. New Zealand retain possession through Ware, and now roaming in midfield. Here's Collier once more, and Molia. The two co-captains have just been going to work, and now Dylan Collier, deceptive pace. He's going to be dragged down, though. Great cover to defence by Clements. And Carter just got caught in two minds looking for his support play. Ball there for Rokolisoa. Regan Ware, pretty fresh after a few tournaments off. Leo on the switch. They created the hole, and Moses Leo is just going to steam in for another try for New Zealand.
Oh, Leo goes under for the try, but it was Regan putting the Ware in awareness as he drew in those players. The initial break, though, from Collier, just impressive. You're right, Ricky, he just kept the ball in off that kickoff. And then look at this, number 64. There's the door, and it's open for Leo to go through. So good.
New Zealand responds after Australia had hit back at them to restore a healthy buffer at half-time. And they go into the break leading Australia 19 points to 7.
So they've got confidence to go at it. Don't sit there and wait and watch. What we tighten up the middle, we win the game. Right? We get possession, we win the game. Okay? Big thing is going to be getting some ball back off kickoffs. Okay, so let's really be smart about where we're kicking. Okay?
Right, let's get some fucking fun about it.
Sorry about the language. Saying it's always a really calm, measured message from John Manenti, his team in that huddle.
Yeah, he talked about possession too off that kickoff. It's so crucial in sevens. If you can retain your kickoffs, you starve the opposition of possession. Therefore, the opposite team cannot attack and cannot score points. That's why he's getting that message across, because New Zealand are just dominating that kickoff space.
so much action here at the HSBC Singapore Sevens, USA and Kenya. A hearty clash coming up in 15 minutes. France, Uruguay, who had a great win in their opening match. Batman's here to look after us as well.
Hey. Good man. I feel safer already, Ricky.
19-7, New Zealand leading Australia. Second half underway in Pool A. Really important Pool A match. As the ball's battered down on New Zealand's side once more. Heard John Manenti say winning those restarts for Australia. Oh, a couple of ankle breakers in there from Rugby Soa, and he set Collier away again, who's getting through a mountain of work and then can't quite link up. Over there on the far right.
Yeah, unfortunately his pass doesn't get to his teammate's hand there, but Rugby Soa, he's just having an outstanding season. He's the top point scorer with 301, nearly 80 points ahead of the next best point scorer. And as we saw there, if you're not careful, he'll send you to the doctor with a couple broken ankles. Australia now, though, much needed possession, big opportunity for them.
Wally watching on, looked after by the youngest player in the team. It's Darby Lancaster's job at the moment. I see Wally attached to him at the hip, quite literally. Don't want to lose it. As Australia pressure on here, long bottom. Maloof and Patterson just always looks to accelerate so hard into contact. Makes him so difficult to put down. Tetrick Roach. Again, good defence from New Zealand. They're just swarming and smothering Australia at the moment, and they forced a mistake like that. It's gone forward into the arms of Tim Clements, and a shake of the head from Tetrick Roach.
Yeah, characteristic mistake there from Roach. But Leo read that cut so well, and he stopped that attack in its tracks. From Australia, if we have a look at this pool, it's some sort of pool, Ricky. We saw Australia beat South Africa 19-0. I would never have guessed that score.
And then at play at that is that there's only 2 competition points overall separating 5th place South Africa and 6th place Australia. And at the moment, that 5th spot's the Olympic qualifying spot. So many permutations for all of these teams. New Zealand sitting pretty at the top and charging forward there. That spilled out of the hands, though, so a little bit of a scrappy period from both teams. But good work from Australia to force that issue and win it back after making a mistake of their own.
Yeah, absolutely, as we see Delhi Bird from Australia join the field.
Number 10.
That's what you were alluding to earlier, Ricky. Australia and South Africa so close to each other, 2 points.
And because, of course, France is the host nation, have got that Olympic spot. That's why there's the 5 golden. And then you can throw in the other mix. If you don't make that, then you've got to go to your regional qualifiers. And how do you fancy it if you're Australia and Samoa playing for Oceania, perhaps? So there's so much bubbling away in the back of, I'm sure, probably more than managers and their coaching staff's minds. But as Tom Mitchell described, a lot of noise for these teams, as they also just try and win 3 footy games a day. Oh, rugged defence from New Zealand has illegally done so. Moses Leok thought he was off for another there. Australia probably want to get moving and close this gap. Patterson wide, gets through Collier. Can't quite get through. Well, he basically does get through Rugby Soa, and then found Delhi Bird on his right shoulder. So this is a promising build-up for the Aussie Sevens. Long bottom. See if we can see him stretch out. Got that hamstring heavily wrapped up, but he's found Roach, and Roach has got room here for Lawson as a clatter of bodies comes together. Brady Rush into the thick of it as he won that back for New Zealand. Oh, he has Brady Rush, and then Collier has gone and dropped it cold.
Far out, that passage of play was physical.
Time off. Subs.
Handling here is there, we have a look, but
Number
what a
13,
steal from Rush.
Black.
He was in such a rush to get into that ruck. He did it so well. As we see, Tupai Cook-Savage is going to come off the bench, but look at this from Rush. He's not even that low, but he's just so strong over it. Roach couldn't do anything. Collier just unable to handle that, but
5.
turnovers in an important game. That's why All Black Sevens are doing so well at the moment, as we see Orman coming back on. He's been in the game a long time as well. Debuted back in 2015.
As well.
opportunity here for Australia.
Thank you. Doc,
You're right.
Sweep around Hong Kong
Doc,
Stadium.
good.
You're right, Ricky. There's a lot of noise about Olympic
You good to go?
qualification, but spot on. For players, you just need to focus on the game at hand. And for these teams, just the next 3.5 minutes.
Thank you.
As we have a quick look at how many offloads New Zealand is doing.
Coach,
Just killing teams with their support play.
point. Sit.
Ball goes in for Australia, looking for a strike to close this gap and put pressure on New Zealand. Trying to get around the outside, almost forcing that pass was Lancaster. It's come off. Rush out over the sideline. It's going to be Australia throw, but they repel the Aussies again. New Zealand, Brady Rush in the thick of it. Boy, he's made some great strides this season. Brady Rush, dream team last week.
Absolutely. He's burst into this team, worked for a shot, played in America for a tournament, and he's come back on the World Series and just been everywhere.
Oh, clever! So clever from Australia and Nathan Lawson. Matty Gonzalez had peeled off one way, they all went with him, and Australia and Nathan Lawson have picked the pocket in New Zealand and got themselves back into it.
I've never seen anything like that. Lawson, come on now. I've never seen a human move that fast along the ground. What a replay. Quick line out. This is what Australia need. Heads up play. Do something different at the line out. As the kick goes astray, that is exactly the kind of play Australia needs. We have a look at Lawson. Massive 3 line breaks, 4 carries. And now some sort of the quickest caterpillar I've ever seen in my life.
So he's got Australia back into it. They still need the converted try. Under 2 minutes to play. Lawson's second, 19-12. Great work in the air, brought down by Cody Vai onto the field for New Zealand now too. 19-year-old, he made his debut last weekend. Australia's defence. He's to hand firm and they want to get some ball stolen here. Ormond for Rush. See that little flick of the hand. Wanted Cody Vai to come back in field. Vai offloads, sticks into the hands just of Amanaki Nicole, who's putting in a big shift in this match. And now New Zealand looking to spread and spread wide. Cook Savage for Molia, who started the scoring straight into it. 15 seconds into the match, advantage being played. It's been a tackle crept up there. Ormond for New Zealand, steps through one. Big dummy, and then flat onto the chest of Rush, propping back in field. Rush looking to finish it for New Zealand. Ormond will get there. Offload sticking. Brilliant work from New Zealand to what should be enough to ice this game now. Lewis Ormond.
Oh, such good support players. We have a look here. You could have thought Rush was in, but Ormond, look at him. He times it. He stays in a position where he can get an offload, and he goes over that try line, making sure of this. A couple of left steps, sets Rush up. Not easy to do, flick it up accurately off the ground like that, and look at him, bang, bang, Ormond's here.
He's become a really important part of this team since returning to the New Zealand 7 setup last season. Lewis Ormond.
And keep in mind, when he came on the field, he was in a defensive scrum on his own 5 metre. And they played their way all the way to the other end, supporting each other, keeping the comms on, changing their lines, and the boys are here for it too.
I made a mistake here, so Australia's going to get another chance to get points, and don't have any illusion how important it would be for Australia to get another score here if they can. They are allowed to restart.
Absolutely.
If someone gives them a ball. There we go, we're away.
Most teams have been choosing scrum too, so it's good to see Australia looking for a quick tap to see what kind of move they're going to do to manipulate this strong All Black Sevens defence.
Here's Matt Gonzalez, who puts that flat on the chest. Australia pressing till the end. They always throw everything. This New Zealand team it's spilled out of the hands of Turner under pressure from Rokoli. Soa gets us out of there for New Zealand, he says. And it's a second win of the day for the All Black Sevens. They repelled Australia a couple of times, and it's New Zealand who take it 24 points to 12. 2 tries.